Good morning, this is latest market news. I'm Uliana. Hong Kong stocks led Asia lower on Wednesday as disappointing inflation data from China and an overnight fall on Wall Street weighed. The Hang Seng Index dropped 1.4% and the Shanghai Composite was down 0.2% after China released softer than expected June inflation data, with the Consumer Price Index up 2.3% from a year earlier, compared with an expected 2.4% and slower than the 2.5% seen in May. The Nikkei 225 was down 0.3% as the index was hit by a stronger yen. Australia's ASX 200 lost 0.9% and the South Korea's Kospi fell 0.4%. Markets in Indonesia will be closed on Wednesday as up to 190 million voters cast ballots in a tightly held presidential race. Overnight, US stocks fell as investors avoided equities and remained on the sidelines ahead of the release of second quarter earnings this week. The Dow 30 fell 0.69%, the S&P 500 index fell 0.70%, while the Nasdaq Composite index fell 1.35%. Overnight, the dollar traded largely lower against most major currencies as investors avoided the greenback ahead of the release of the Federal Reserve's June policy meeting minutes on Wednesday. The Australian dollar retraced gains on Wednesday after a private sentiment survey showed a solid increase, but consumer prices in top trading partner China rose at a slower pace than expected. Australian dollar US dollar traded at 0.9401, up 0.01%, while US dollar Japanese yen traded at 101.5 flat. Wednesday is a relatively quiet day for economic news, although the US economy will come under renewed scrutiny with the release of Fed minutes. We'll also see a new weekly release on demand for mortgage applications. US mortgage applications, 11 GMT. The outlook for housing remains a key source of uncertainty for the US economy. Recent data has improved since the winter, but the rebound has been modest and uneven. Today's weekly release on mortgage applications, a measure of demand, will provide another clue on how the market's evolving this summer. For the moment, the recent numbers suggest that the market treading water at best. It was the latest market news provided by ICO FX. Goodbye.